who's here. Might as well not even talk until someone shows up, because it won't record it anyway. Let's see who's gonna show up first. If you get in here, please comment, because it will not start recording for the playback until someone is here. Hello, Leah, you are first. Look at that, a vocal recognition of the first person on a video. How fun. What's up, everybody? Kimberly, Jay Fields, Taylor, Hippocrates Matrix. What's going on? Always 420. Hey, it's Trey. Trey, did you ever get out of New York? I remember. That was a while ago, wasn't it? We had that conversation. What's up, everybody? What's up, Steven, Caleb, Holly, Angie, all the regulars? Yeah, I'm surprised you got notification. Oh, there's my dude. Interdimensional Melanoid. That's the guy that I showed you, what was that? About a month and a half ago or so. It was whenever I was on Facebook, and yeah, Holly, you're a regular, of course. You're here every time. I didn't mean, like, if you're saying something different, then, no, I mean like a regular person in the videos. But anyway, so Interdimensional Melanoid is the guy that he was getting in all this trouble with these people on Facebook, and because he put the truth up about the shot. People were getting on there. I showed you guys before. People were getting on there and they were like, oh, nanobots, this and that. And I was like, man, what is going on? And then probably after like 10 minutes or so, I said, I got to help this guy out, man. I'm not going to let him sit here and run him like that. Well, so I get in there and I say like one or two things, and they all start making fun of me. And so what we decided to do is dig up a whole bunch of documentation and just put it there. Don't say a word. And what happened was, nobody did say a word. There were no reactions. There were no likes. There were no laughing faces. There was no nothing. Because when confronted with actual fact, not emotionally charged through the television told you by somebody else, I'm talking fact. When confronted with that, hi, people don't know what to do. You really made it out of New York? Wow, that makes me really happy. You got out of there. That's good. That's good. Everybody should be getting away from the cities. Steven, I'm not sure about that. I've never looked into that, to be honest. So I cannot comment on anything that I know nothing about. Good sir. Yeah. Hey, it's Trey, Escape from New York. Yeah. You can give it a cool little title at the bottom, like Out for Good or something stupid, and put it out there to the masses, and I'm sure they'll eat it up. Did you hear about India approving DNA vaccine now with 3 doses apparently? I believe that. I'll trust you on your word on that, but I'm probably going to look into that tonight, honestly. That'd be interesting. Well, they got the Inovio trial next month. They got the Inovio. Remember the Inovio from last year, the article in the Times of Israel? Hold on. Yeah, in the Times of Israel article, it said, that's the one word, well, I probably can't repeat it here because, might get taken down. But it's the one that talked about, the medication is injected under the skin using an electromagnetic whatever, and, well, electronic device looked like a toothbrush to manipulate it, and Yeah. Well, they brought it up again, and now they're doing official, like the public knows. So, it's probably been going on for a while. But they're running the trials next month. So, seeing a lot of people saying that, oh, this could be the one that they could bring out, and say everyone has to get with Delta or whatever, or say that it's, how you doing, man? Say that it's, mandatory for everybody. I don't know if the Department of Defense is involved. I don't want any part of it. Let's see. Yeah, we'll never know the truth about anything they do. Honestly, they put out, when they declassify things, they redact literally most of it. So even if you requested and got a copy for yourself and you get a big box mailed to your house with a bunch of paper in it, it's just going to be a bunch of black lines. They took somebody off the transplant list because they wouldn't take it. Yeah, I believe that. I'll check that out too. Wouldn't surprise me. I saw that local schools are now, requiring older students to get it. So probably anybody above 12, apparently. Well, and people were like, oh, that's only in California. If it happens in one state, it will happen in 50 states. How many times has that been the case? Yeah, that's crazy. That's literally crazy. That's so sad. I mean, think about that. You wait your whole life, a long time. Some people wait more than 10 years even to get a transplant of anything. Now imagine just getting taken right off of it as you're moving your spot up in line. I couldn't imagine. It's just all really sad. Carol showed it. If Carol showed it, it's definitely true. And what's really sad is I also saw that they kind of picked it up a little bit. What about that event yesterday at the Capitol or whatever with the guy in the truck? You know what else happened yesterday? The San Francisco Bridge truck fire. And Times Square was evacuated yesterday. Wait, you didn't hear about that? You guys didn't hear about the guy? Well, maybe, I don't know. This guy, he live streamed himself on Facebook, and he was outside of the White House, or no, the Library of Congress, that's what it was. He was outside the Library of Congress, and he was kind of just going over, he said that he supports the former president, all this stuff, and he had some kind of bomb-making material, but no actual bombs or anything, but yeah. Oh, absolutely, it's a false flag, 100%. They're leading up to the bigger one. They're leading up this whole series of events, starting from 9/11. Crazy. Yeah, maybe I'll turn down this street. That would suck if I dropped you guys in the sewer. That wouldn't be fun. Be trying to dig my phone out. You guys would be looking at me trying to dig you out. Anyway, the whole series of events from 9/11 to Event 201, just everything in between. And also remember, you guys remember that RV that they blew up late last year? Late in 2020, they blew it up in the middle of nowhere, I think Minnesota. Yeah, the guy in the truck outside the Library of Congress, yeah. And the San Francisco truck fire, it was a lot of distractions going on. And even the Afghanistan thing is a huge huge production, psychological warfare. I've been saying they're building up the rhetoric again. Look at the DHS bulletin. They're building it up. They're building up the rhetoric. They're probably going to blame domestic terrorists on the big one and say they were influenced by Afghanistan because the Taliban became powerful again and collapsed the government and all this stuff. And people don't even ask questions like, hey, how did they just find all of these trucks and guns and, easy stuff like that? CIA hard at work. Using your tax dollars, ladies and gentlemen. How do you feel about that? Doesn't make me feel good. Who else is in here? Yeah, the one in Nashville at the AT&T building. Yeah, that's the one that I was referring to, I believe, with the RV. Yeah, they were testing to see how people would react to something like that and if they could swing their minds a certain way. Because they don't just come right out and do things. No, you remember, like before 9/11, before my time, before I was even born, they had the World Trade Center bombings in 92 or 93. It's like right before I was born. Oh no, you're good. That will be done. Are you still suspended? I hope not. Yep, still in jail. That will be done is still in jail. If you're not subscribed to her, you should. Anyway, from 9/11 to Event 201, it's a series of catastrophic and catalyzing events. They wrote about this a long time ago, literally, and you can trace it back to like the 1800s. You can find letters of them talking about Albert Pike talking about it would need to be a series of catastrophic events, which over a certain period of time, anywhere from 10, 20, all the way up to even 35, 40 years. So this whole thing, everything that happened from, before 9/11, but from 9/11, which was world-changing, to now, which was world-changing. Event 201. I think that will be done with suspended for a week. I'm not for sure, though. If she was suspended for a week, that means she got one strike, which is good, because then she'll still be able to post. Anyway, so they're leading up to this bigger one. And now, doesn't anybody want to even know why all of a sudden everyone's just talking about Afghanistan? You know what's funny? You know what the worst part about all of this is? People forgot that they were supposed to be scared of a virus. People are all up in each other's face around here. Oh, did you see about Afghanistan? Oh, have you? And they're also getting things in place. I know that for sure. I'm trying to get confirmation on something from Frank. And if it is confirmed, which right now I believe it, just because of the detail, the way that the guy said it. But until it's confirmed with picture or video, I can't do anything with it. And I apologize for that. So Frank, if you're listening, you need to tell that guy to go back out there, get that video or picture. What's up, Justine? Wait, so a series of catastrophic and catalyzing events would be needed to conquer the world's population. Happens on smaller scales in countries, of course, but this time they're going for the whole world. So, you know, they had to be patient, which we know they are, and they had to be smart, which we know that too. Very smart, because the majority of people haven't figured it out. But this big one that's coming, I'm not sure exactly what it might be. Honestly, with the rhetoric in the past couple months, with the cyber attacks and cyber polygon that they held, can't forget about that one. I'm thinking they might pull some kind of attack on the power grid, blame domestic terrorists. I don't know. Weird, the day after I put up a video expecting a false flag happened. And then, and I'm going to use this as a saying, we say it in Ohio, I shit you not, 10 minutes after that video went up, my phone started acting up, and it said not available for mobile something. I got the picture, and it said no SIM card. It's like, not available on mobile network, no SIM card. And it did that for like 45 minutes. Turned it off, turned it back on, tried to bash it off the ground, tried to get the SIM card pulled out, but it was pretty secure in there. No, I'm not saying it's something, but it was just awfully coincidental that started happening. And I got the screenshots too. And then we got that crap today, so I guess we just wait. What are we talking about? Oh man, there's a lot more people in here. What's up, Marty? Great and Humboldt. Hello, sister. That woman makes good videos. Barbara, Vivian. Hello. Sweet Leilani, Alicia. Oh man. Yeah, so there's just a lot going on right now, of course, and we all know this, and there's kids up here, guys. Hold on, gotta be quiet. Hi, kids. All right. So anyway, back to the matter at hand. What people should be doing right now, in my opinion, people should be looking at what they believe in, what they think they believe in, and put all the crap that doesn't really affect you personally, and I don't know, people just need to quit fighting over stupid stuff. Over 2 billionaire pedophiles, they fought for like, and even still to this day, every 4 years. Jay Board's here, now it's a party. Oh, it's Sweet Leilani. It is very hot in Ohio today. Early this morning and into like right before noon, it didn't seem like it was going to be, but then as the day went on, go outside for a break, and it was blazing. It got to like, it's 6, but it was like 91, my car said, so yeah. Hi, Sam. Susie. See? But yeah, what do you guys think just about all of it? Because at this point in time, it doesn't seem like anybody's gonna even try to wake up. Most people can never put pride aside. And not even pride over like yourself or anything serious. They put They take their pride over something stupid. They're willing to die on every hill. Like I said, 2 billionaire pedophiles. Crazy. Yeah, and they're really like, they're doing something, because that hurricane that's forming right now actually is going to be terrible. It's going to be bad. And we've had flooding up here. Like, it was bad from the tropical storm that came through here. We get like the remnants of all the tropical storms and hurricanes. And every time they come through, we have really bad flooding. Anybody that lives next to a river will tell you that. I honestly, Justine, I believe that, because I've seen some people that are waking up, but, which is great, of course. Yeah, finally, please, let's come up with ideas. Let's do something, because you don't want to be caught with your pants down. Everyone just needs to stop fighting, quit posting useless things on social media, and use their social media and their internet and all of that. Start using it to put good information out. Man, it is really hot here. It's evening time. It's pretty warm. I just don't know what to think, honestly. It just gets me really upset, because I've been thinking the past couple of days, like, they're really doing this. And if the thing that I'm trying to get confirmed, it turns out to be true, then they're really doing this. And really, the only thing I can think about doing is keep putting out information, keep telling the news, telling the narrative, keep, putting my stuff out there. But that's on me. I'm just an individual. Everybody should be making videos. If everybody made videos, can you imagine the change? Can you imagine the instantaneous change that would take place if every single person in the world just started making their own videos and putting out their personal feelings on what's going on right now, without any kind of influence from, it would literally be instantaneous. There would be hundreds of millions and billions of videos that just popped up overnight. And it would just flood all existing internet anything. They wouldn't, I don't even think that they would be prepared to try to damage control if that happened. Because it would be so sudden, and it's so massive, because it's the whole world population just woke up and started making videos. That would be insane. And a lot of people have trouble, when they go to start. But once you start, you can't stop. If we all took our phones and just chucked them like a national throw your smartphone in the river day, that's what I would do. That would be incredible. That would solve a lot of problems overnight, because people wouldn't be staying up until 3, 4 a.m. And, people on the other side of the world, it's 24/7. That's a bike right there. It's just, once you start making videos, it's really hard to stop. That's literally what I did. I just said, you know what? I'm going to record a first video, and if it goes anywhere and people watch it, then I'll make a second one. And if people watch that, I'll make a third one. So, yeah, I just think about the FEMA alerts too, guys. Think about the FEMA alert. Think about all this stuff that just started happening out of nowhere with the whole Taliban narrative, with They pretty much put C-19 or Event 201 on the back, but not really though. I think they have it like ready to go because it's all about the shot too. You got to think. When Bill Gates said every single person in the world had to get this thing, then you know they're trying to do that. And people say, oh no, he didn't say that. I watched him on Trevor Noah. He said, oh, 7.5 billion people, that's a tall order, but it can be done in a number of ways. And he just started going on about how they can get the whole world's population. And I seen him another time in some kind of Zoom call or virtual call. And he was talking about, oh, eventually we'll have to have sort of passports to see who's been V'd and who's not been V'd. And another one, he said, oh, people don't want to go to the stadium whenever there's people there that are sick or anything, so normalcy only returns if we've largely vaccinated the entire global population. And people were like, no, he never said, Bill Gates never talked about the population. Bill Gates never said anything about the population. No, he's just a computer guy, a tech wizard. Yeah, and all of a sudden he was on the front of Time magazine as the world's something doctor. They said he was a doctor. That's good, woman from the Northland. Everybody should be getting something. You think you might need? Go get it now. I really don't know what else to do besides, I'm not going that way because they're getting ready for a football game and they already got the music blasting. And that'll be super annoying. I was doing some reading. They also took out this $2 billion, they're requesting, I should say, $2 billion for disease X or something. Like, wait a minute. So if we just look at math, what is X in math? Oh, it's a variable. What does X stand for? Anything. You mean like any disease that they could put there? So we know that they're just going to keep preparing to roll this out. The medical thing worked. David Yates is making videos on Dave Yates. Okay. John, if you want to email me that. If someone doesn't know my email, it is Austin J Star with 2 R's 0127 at gmail.com. Email me whatever you have. That's what I'm trying to get Frank to do with this guy that said he seen something. I'm just going to tell you guys what it is. So, Frank gets a text the other day from this guy. I think he met him through work because Frank travels for work. Like, he's working on a bridge right now. And we actually have a conversation all the time. I'm like, dude, you're building a bridge from Ohio to West Virginia, and the only bridges that there are around here are one up here toward where I'm at, and probably about 40, 50 miles down the river. And they're building one right in the middle of it. And I said, Frank, don't you think that you're building that bridge for tanks to cross at a later date? He's like, oh, dude, I think about it every day. But anyway, so this guy texted Frank, and I have the actual transcripts, screenshots from the text. And he said that he went to a gun shop that he's been going to for like 3 years. And the guy in there that owns it is ex-military and all this, and said that there's a encampment down the road. And the ex-military gun shop owner dude was like, said that there was somebody outside guarding the gate with a blue helmet. And he asked him where this certain road was. And he just yelled and pointed in a different direction. And he had to turn around and said it was restricted. So I'm trying to get Frank to tell that dude to go back to that gun shop and ask that dude where exactly it's at, because I would be driving out there and getting it on film. And it was near Destin, Florida. That's where he said it was. But I don't know, because we don't have video confirmation. So I can't say that it's true. I can't say that it's not true. But what I will say is it's something that was explained in enough detail to where you would believe. Oh, you guys probably hear the music at the football stadium. I'm making a hard left right up here. So, if that turns out to be true, it makes a lot of sense. It would explain the Afghanistan thing. It would explain all the distractions. It would explain all of it. And we know they openly invited the UN to come over here just recently. FDA is aiming to give full approval for Pfizer's vaccine on Monday. That is breaking news, actually. So that's nice. And they did that on purpose because they knew that people would be like, that's the first thing people would go to. Oh, it's not FDA approved. Dude, the FDA has been corrupt since its foundation. It was literally created for that. So they waited, and then now they're going to give it FDA approval. So now everybody can be like, oh, look at these right-siders. They're saying this, but the FDA finally approved it. Idiots. Yeah, so they're going to say, oh, the FDA approved it, so now you don't have an excuse to not go get your shot. Okay, that wasn't my reasoning. Maybe that was for this guy next door. Not for me. It's kind of crazy. It's literally kind of crazy how all this is just rolling right out. Unabridged. What do we got here? Yeah. The only thing that I would recommend is to keep stocking up. And if anyone comes across this video that's not a regular person that usually comes to this video, stop fighting your neighbor. Stop arguing with people over which person you want to rule them. Stop arguing over stupid things like football and whatever else. Money. This is going so fast. You're right, Marty. It did get crazy quick. It went so fast. Normally, like before all this, we would, our truth community or whatever you want to label it, we would be putting stuff out. Well, people would be watching videos, getting that information, sharing it on social media, telling people about it in their everyday lives, and people would deny it, and then like 5 years later, the thing would come to fruition, long enough for us to pretty much put it on the back burner and be like, well, we told you it was going to happen, easy to flush it out of the public's mind. But this was noticeable fast, because literally less than a year ago, we were telling people, more than a year ago, but even more recently, less than, telling people about vaccine passports. That's not a real thing. That would never exist. You watch too much TV, you conspiracy theorist. Where's your tinfoil hat? Where are we at right now, guys? Yeah, there you go. Taylor's got it. We can identify as jabbed, and so like we don't have to take it now, right? And oh yeah, my body, my choice. There's a whole bunch. It's crazy. And I've been getting a lot of reports of military movement too. I've gotten reports of military flying around in various different cities, Baltimore, Cleveland, Pittsburgh. I'm not sure about the rural areas though, but it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, I mean, it's gotten to a point now to where really the only thing we can do is just pray. Pray and try to get involved with people in our local areas. People, whatever comfort you have, going however many miles to broaden your search, you know. And people that actually understand what's going on, like people can say, oh yeah, I'm awake and whatnot, and then literally the next day they're talking to you about a president or something stupid. They're like, oh, I support this guy or that guy. And like, man, we're so far past that. It's not even, those people don't even make any decisions. Right now, it's the corporations and the medical community. I always wanted to live in Maine. John, I did. I always wanted to live in Maine. Just because Maine is all the way in the very top corner of the country. Nobody ever talks about it. You can go there and you could probably live a very nice, peaceful life in Maine. Yeah. Yep. Beans and rice, you would be surprised how long rice can last. And you only need a little bit if you're eating for sustenance and not just like overeating. Because at this point in time, we'll have to, when it gets bad, we're going to have to eat rations. And that's not going to be fun. But I've been talking to people at work. I've been talking to people on the street. I've been talking to people in the store, the cashier, like telling them, just what I talk about on here. Just this is going on. Here's the evidence to prove it. What are you going to do with it? Yeah, Lioness, I bet it does say that because a coronavirus is a common cold. Yeah, and they just pretty much brought that on. One good one I like to ask people, hey, you know how, COVID-19, right? Yeah, COVID-19. Oh, well, isn't the virus that they're claiming called SARS-CoV-2? Yeah. And that's a scientific name, right? Yeah. Oh, so what's COVID-19 then? Because the disease is SARS-CoV-2. Yep. I tell them stuff like that. It's an acronym, and then I tell them, certificate of vaccination identification. I posted on Facebook recently, certificate of vaccination identification. Artificial intelligence doesn't seem so crazy now, does it? Still got people that laugh, but oh well. Let's see. Yeah, Shadow says a shocking number of people went from a punching Nazi to supporting show me your papers. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Yep. Maverick, thanks for writing it down. It's perfect. And they just kind of came in. They were like, oh yeah, and we're going to tell you about Event 201. Because they really did. They said, oh, we ran a simulation 3 months before this, and here's what we predicted, or here's what we did in this scenario. I seen a post today. You guys will love this one. I seen a post today that was like, and it's somebody I went to school with, because people are just people. And it said like, oh, when all this is over, if wearing a mask was a sign or a tool of a hoax or a conspiracy, then I'll still sleep soundly at night because I'll know that I cared for my fellow man. And I was like, what? Yeah, something big is going down, Mad Max. You're right. It's kind of what we've been talking about here and there. The video I did the other day, I said that when I was driving home, but yeah, I still believe that. And something happened the next day, which is crazy because usually it's all building up to the big one. Honestly, it would be nice if, like, when they did pull the plug was something that was like power outage or something like that. Because worst case scenario are bombs falling from the sky or something as simple as like cutting the power. Because we've all kind of, mentally prepared for the power outage scenario. This sun's bright. Has anybody's job talked about mandating the shot yet? And I really want to know because I have a feeling that pretty soon my job might, just based on certain things that I've noticed. Yeah, it's just a whole. Well, thank you very much. I can't really see. I'm trying to read, but the sun's bright. Teresa, thank you very much. I appreciate that. No, but they're already saying that local schools are mandating it, and they're saying that jobs are starting to mandate it more now, and football teams and whatever. And this will effectively kill the last remnants of small businesses that survived the first round, which a lot didn't. Because they know that people are going to refuse this thing, and they know that it's going to do terrible for the economy. Obviously, because people are going to say, no way, and I quit. Man. Yeah, I've just been in my head a lot the past couple days. Trying to make sense of it all, because it's gotten to the point to where it's like, oh, I'm walking past my house, and I wanted to avoid the football field because of the music, but I'm sure you can still hear it. Man, what I'm trying to do is, I got people at work that I talk to that know what's going on. Trying to, like, say, hey, if something, goes haywire, something goes wrong, we're going to need a way to communicate. I've thought about even dumb things, like buying a canoe and, like, just sailing across the river. Probably not the smartest idea. Honestly, if we all did just go and, after refusing this thing at whatever job we work now, and go and apply for all those small businesses, that would kind of be like an FU. Then they would be forced to, take more drastic measures that could startle and maybe wake some people. Beast means biological encoding and satellite tracking. Oh, man. Well, I'm sure that they chose that very deliberately. Honestly. I'm sure that was very deliberate because they do a lot of things like that. Man. And I don't know if you guys still have, like, call for an uprising on your thing or not, but apparently they accidentally aired something they weren't supposed to air also, which was like footage of a satanic ritual. Crazy. Man, you guys are in Central Ohio. I'm from East Central Ohio. Officially. Still a long ways away. I think we're like 2-hour car ride from Columbus. And, some things that are, just up the road now are going to be pretty far away when you don't have a car. So you also got to take that into consideration. Because normally in our everyday lives, we're just thinking, oh yeah, that's only a 25-minute car ride, 10-minute car ride. Well, a 10-minute car ride is like a 40-minute, way more than that, maybe over an hour. A rocket stove, could build some kind of rocket stove if you're trying to stay in the same spot. I honestly wouldn't recommend staying in the same spot. I know some people probably have like their encampments and stuff, and they got like their homesteads and whatnot, which is great. Yeah, if I had that, I probably would. Really, I'm concerned for the youth, like most of all, to be honest, in this whole situation, because I saw, I don't know if you guys like ever look to see what's going on nowadays in like the mainstream culture or whatever, but the youth now think that it's awesome and they pay people millions of dollars to do stupid things for 30 seconds, literally, just like moving your hands or like bashing your head off of your phone or something stupid like that. And there's this one girl, she made her TikTok or whatever it was like 2 years ago, and she already made $8 million just from doing stuff like that. And I'm thinking, man, these kids are, oh man, 30-second videos of, imagine the dumb stuff that we watched on TV and what that did to us and people alive that are older right now. Imagine what that's going to do. Man. Yeah, and honestly, like, you'd be really surprised at all the great people that are literally just probably a couple houses away from you, a couple blocks away from you. In the past, when push came to shove, when like hurricanes, tornadoes and stuff, you would see Americans, helping their neighbor. Everybody was outside clearing debris. Everybody's outside, giving their neighbors things that they need and they don't really need and all of that. When push comes to shove, Americans have always, banded together because we're Americans. But more recently, I don't know if that's going to apply anymore. I'm trying to find evidence that is still true because I would like to believe that for the mass majority of people, that people would, push comes to shove. Yeah, you're right, Trey. You're right. You're absolutely right. It is making us a lot stronger because you know what? We were created for these times specifically, and I believe that. I believe that 100% because there's no way that, and most of you guys are a lot older than I am. Like your grandparents, my great grandparents, everybody that ever lived, I don't think that they would have adjusted well in this time we find ourselves in. It wasn't even that long ago. Nobody could conceive screens on devices that are no bigger than a half a brick in your hand that connects to everybody in the world. That was crazy talk back then. But now it's like, and we lost our humanity through it all. And technology is severing that cord. It's severing the cord to our humanity. It's severing the cord, people's connection with God. Technology has been a burden. And the sad part is it could be a blessing. Technology could be used for great things. There's technology out there. We wouldn't even have to rely on, we wouldn't even have to rely on somebody else to provide something like the setup that we have now. We could literally use technology to take care of every single person in this world forever. No need for anything else. But guess what? Technology is exactly that type of thing. It's neither positive nor negative. It's whatever you make it to be. Same thing as just people in general. Nobody, It's just, I don't know. I don't know. All I know is the more I do this, come on here and talk to you guys, the more clear-headed I get. Because I was just balling all this stuff up the past couple days. I said, man, I need to make a video. I need to go live. I need to do something. Because I just got to let it all out. I was going to do a regular video today because I have a whole bunch of news articles lined up. And my last one was like 5 days ago. I'll probably do it tomorrow. It's the weekend. J Board says, turning a light on still blows me away. Oh, man. How old are you, John? Michael A. says, Austin, the ladies, man. What are you talking about? I have one lady. I'm a ladies man, but not a ladies man, if you catch my drift. 62, John, man, 62 is still pretty young. What do you mean? You can make your life last a good 20, 25, maybe even 30 years. I knew a guy, our old neighbor. He's passed on now, but he lived through, he was drafted into World War II. He was very, 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 very young. He died when he was like 97. And he just died like 3 years ago. No, I know, Michael. I didn't get mad about it. I thought it was funny. I know you're messing. Oh, man. Yeah, but there's just, a lot going on. And talking to God even is like, it helps. Because you're like, Lord, what am I? Give me wisdom. Who am I? Why me? Today is 62 is yesterday 72. You're right. It all depends on the context you're talking about that also. But yeah, that hurricane's coming through. There's been flooding around here. There's been tornadoes. They're still getting burned up on the West Coast. So we know they're using their, weather warfare and whatnot to help progress this some more because they got to run us off the land. What better way? That's really good to hear, Trey. That's very good to hear, actually. That's me too. I'm sure everybody can say that. I'm sure everybody's gotten closer to God in the past, especially in the past 18 months. Man. Ooh, check this out, guys. I got my canopy back. Remember I had to take it down whenever the tornadoes were coming through and it was like dry rotted, had to take it down, throw it away. Well, our neighbor over here on the other block, she was like, oh, where'd it go? And then I told her that story. And we were just sitting out here smoking a cigarette. And then she was like, oh, I got one you can have for free. Same exact one. I said, man, that's so cool. I don't have to get burned up by the sun. Yeah, but, oh, man. Just a lot of crazy stuff going on. And it's just one of those things that I'm probably overthinking, But I just can't shake the feeling, Can't shake the feeling that something's coming. And like I said, I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I want more time to be able to do what I need to do. Man. But yeah, I also saw that there were, you have the local schools that were out there, that they were mandating the thing for older students. And you had a bunch of other businesses, but I even saw there's people in like news, there's people in everywhere in just, it will get to, right now they're saying, oh, if you work in like a warehouse or you don't work around people, you don't work around this or that, then you're good. But we already know how that goes. Next week it'll be, no, you have to now because the virus lives on a box. I know, Michael, you're right. The feeling of something, it keeps getting stronger. Like I really feel it. And everything's just so whacked. Like, everybody also seems to be so, I don't know, everybody seems like out of whack right now. Everybody. Even if they don't even know what's going on, everybody's just kind of like, people are snippy. People are, lashing out at each other because, know it or not, the mass majority of people that, don't understand what's actually going on here, it's on a subconscious level that's affecting them. All of this, everyone's lives been thrown out of whack. That was the point. So, you know what? They don't notice it. It keeps affecting their subconscious. Eventually, it's going to get to the point. And those are the people that are going to be, running to a Walmart to try to clear it. And we know what happens if you go there. Yep, Great Reset, Jack the Giant Slayer. Yep, it's all about the Great Reset. Yep, Baskins, you're right. Trigger words. Everyone's good till you say something that, affects them or offends them or anything else. People get triggered, by a lot of things. And it's gotten worse. We can only blame ourselves, really. That's what you have to do. The solution is, it's up to individuals. Like, when you think as collectives, when you think as just any group, even a small group, you eventually take the individual that makes up that group, you take what they believe and feel and are free to do, you take that away because it's for the collective. Oh, we got to keep this certain way of life going, so you have to sacrifice all of this. You guys know what I'm talking about. How come this thing isn't automatically keeping up with the chat? I have to keep scrolling all the way down. When the money is gone, it is going to be, oh man. And I'll never forget what Janet Napolitano said. She is the former Secretary of Homeland Security under the Obama administration. She was the one that announced the partnership with the Walmarts and stuff in 2013 and whatever. Well, she said, oh, the day of a disaster is just a normal day. Which she's right. Before 9/11, that Tuesday morning, everything was a normal day. People got up, they got their coffee, they put their clothes on, they went to work. The news was reporting early morning sports things and whatever until, the first building exploded. I'd be happy to see mass consumption collapse too. And there is a lot of stuff wasted these days. Food, just essential things, and plastic, all of it. It's all wasted. Even trees. You know how many trees that they cut down every year that just sit there or rot away? How much food do you find in those dumpsters that's one day expired that these huge companies just threw in the dumpster? Some guy even got arrested because he went there to get food out of that dumpster that they were going to throw away, and he got arrested for that. Is that really the type of world you want to live in? To where if you're so low in your life to where you have to do something like that, and you go to do that because, they're just throwing it away. So realistically and morally, if you're not going to use it, give it to somebody else. You're not going to use it. But no. And they want to talk about, oh, we got to feed hungry people, try to sell you the sustainable development. We got to feed hungry people in the world, so we need genetically modified foods. Okay. Been dealing with that for how long? People just need to... It's because people think... I know how Americans think because I was like this for a very long time. People wake up and they think, this is America. I can throw away anything I want. I can buy an entire whatever and set it on fire. Like, I can do that because it's mine and I'm free and I paid for it. So people go buy a bunch of shit because they think, oh, if I don't need it, I'll just toss it. And how many people have huge yard sales at some point when their garages get filled up enough and they don't need any of this stuff anymore? They buy it because they see the packaging and it looks nice and the TV told them. So, And it's really sad, to be honest, because I don't think it ever used to be like that. Back when people had to, plow their own fields, back when people had to churn their own butter, when people actually had to live like the Amish are living now, they're self-reliant. They don't need any of our, you know, modern day essential corporations. No, they have farmers markets where they all get together and sell their product for something of equal or greater value. That's called self-sustainability. The Amish got it right. At this point in time, people probably are striving to go live with the Amish now. Even normies. Probably made fun of them 2 years ago.
Hey!
Charlie, how you doing, my man?
Oh, real good. Getting her done, buddy.
Looks like it.
Boy, I tell you, that was a mess.
I believe it.
I don't know why the cord don't cut before you're done.
I gotta cut mine too. I don't know. Yeah, if you grow your own food and, they have candles for light bulbs. Well, we would say, oh, we got a light bulb. They have candles. Guess what? Electricity goes out. They still have candles. Money goes away. They still have proper value through resources and or anything. We have been spoiled. And everybody knows that. You hear most people say that, oh, Americans are too spoiled, this and that, just, make light of whatever conversation. But that's affected us in a way to where we now are just sitting around. We're not doing anything because, well, all these shows that start like this and all these movies that start like this, they end with a hero. There's a hero out there, and this hero is going to save us. And I don't have to do anything because I'm just waiting for that. No, it's you. It's you. It's you, all of you, and me. And there's people walking down the street. Yep, they spoiled us to make us soft. You were absolutely right. Brittany, California. They did it on purpose. Same reason why they emasculated the male species as a whole. Because male energy starts all that. Testosterone, boys punching stuff and, That's one of those cicada killers guarding my road right in front of my house. So I'm going this way. It's one of those giant bees. Jesus Freak Computer Geek. No, Justine, I never watched him. Is he any good? Yep. Rosa Corey said nobody's coming to save you, so prepare to do it for you. You're absolutely right. She was absolutely right. Oh, he's still cutting grass. That's really what it is. I mean, I'm one of those people that puts out videos and, shouts from the rooftops. Somebody like, Paul Revere did. Somebody out there might be somebody, gets everything ready to go, gets it all loaded up and ready to go outdoor. Somebody out there could be a specialist in starting, gardens and stuff around where you live. Everybody's got a part to play. And they understand that concept all too well. That's why they keep us away from each other. You ever see the ideas two people even can come up with? Just something two people. Justine, I will check his channel out then. If you're telling me that's what it is, then I will go there and check it out. Yep. Yeah. Incidental tourists, yeah, grassroots, and that's what that means. That means people, us, just, getting together in our towns. Maybe, a couple months down the road, once everyone figures it out, you can keep your town afloat like the Amish do. Then you don't need some government to provide anything for you because you just did it for yourself. So only you can destroy that. That's really what it means, in my opinion, to be an American. That's true freedom. You don't need anybody else. You don't need no government. You don't need no anybody. Barter between ourselves. Yeah, that's another thing. People were taught to believe that a piece of paper is good to spend. And they own all the corporations, so they were like, yeah, you can only spend that here. The Federal Reserve was created. There were so many small businesses, more than large corporations. And over time, they got a lot different. Thomas Jefferson was talking about central banks and the corporations that rise around them will deprive the people of every liberty they had. Amish on the border of PA and Maryland. Wow, we have Amish here on the border of PA and West Virginia and PA and Ohio. Because PA connects to West Virginia through the Panhandle, but it also connects to Ohio, which is really weird. If you drive a certain road, I forget which road it is, but you can go and you'll see Welcome to West Virginia, and then you'll go through, drive a little bit, and you'll see Welcome to Pennsylvania. You'll be like, oh, okay, and then it says Welcome to West Virginia again. Yeah, Amish people, they do have it correct. Because look at them, they're not even partaking in any of this because they don't have to. And the government and the powers know that they really can't do anything to them right now because there's really no need to, because they have to conquer us first, and then they'll be able to get them just by sheer force. But you can't really demonize them because they don't care. You know what's really sad? It's like, well, before I go on about that, yeah, around here, people hire the Amish. Like, my grandfather paid a lot of money to the Amish people from Amish country in Ohio, and they came out and they built his roof. It was a good bit, but they do very good work. And that's the thing, like, the Amish people use money, but they don't need it. Like, of course they're going to use it, you know, but they don't need it. If it went away, they'd be like, oh, back to selling my butter. Literally. My daughter-in-law spends 4 hours a week. That's really cool, Vivian. How to suture a wound, that's awesome. As soon as I get down the road a little bit, I'll tell you what Reagan's learned how to do. Reagan's going to start learning how to reload magazines. And there's people out there right now, you know, they're like, why is God allowing all this? Why is God doing this to us? And why are there so many terrible things happening in the world? And then you tell them, like, it's people. And they're like, but why would God create people knowing that all this can happen and all the suffering and terribleness? It didn't start like that. You have to actually, you know, read. Read the Bible. See what happened. It's free will. God gave human beings free will. He said, here you go, whatever you want. And with our free will, we decided to disobey God. And when that happened, we've been punished now for a pretty long time. So yeah. Yeah, Amish people and Mennonites they're great people too. You know, you go talk to them, they'll come talk to you, and half of them are very, very educated. I don't know what people think about Amish people, but all the ones I've met, they've been very, very well-mannered and very smart. Obviously, because they know how to do all those things. Because some people are like, oh, no, the Amish, I don't want to do what they're doing. I don't want to live like that. I want my cell phone. I don't know how to live like that. And honestly, it's our fault too, because we have the ability to learn right now with the internet. But when that goes away, won't be able to learn traits like that anymore. I've also been doing stuff like that, learning how to like filter water properly, properly, cook over a fire, things like that. I don't know, Kimberly, honestly. I don't know what you would have to do to become Amish. I don't know. I mean, I know what they have to do to become like us at their Rumspringa. All they have to do is make the decision to stay out in this world. And that's another thing. The majority of them, when they have the choice to come out into our world or go back and live with their upbringing in Amish, the majority of them choose to stay home because they know that this way, this path lies no, nothing. Just a bunch of useless materials that can be taken away at any time that aren't really yours. Primitive Technology channel. I'll check it out, Baskins. I'll check it out. Oh man, I better cut this one off, guys. My phone's gonna be done, and I have to make some running and stuff. So we'll go ahead and do the Lord's Prayer, and I'll make a video tomorrow. I'll make a video because I have to. I got a lot of stuff that I got to go through to condense down into like an hour or so long, but I will have news out for you guys tomorrow. So if you're just like me and trying to keep up with what's going on, I did that part for you. All you got to do is watch the video. But alright guys, let's pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For thine is the kingdom, power, and glory forever and ever. Amen. Well, same as always, guys. Yeah, you guys don't have to thank me for doing this. I'm the one that just started to do this. I'm the one that wanted to do this, but I do appreciate all of you, every single one of you. You guys are, I say it all the time, you guys are great. You guys are literally some of the best people that I've ever known. One, because I don't, sound so insane among this group of people. I'm just making a joke. They're all the insane ones. We're the ones that actually see this for what it is. And for whatever reason that is, I have no idea. So, yeah, I'm happy to have you all here. Yep. And everything that I learned, I bring to you guys. I say, oh, this is going on, that's going on. Did you see this, that? I try my best with the time that I'm allotted, other than, taking care of things to sustain, you could say. But all right, guys. It helps me stay sane too. So, it's a give and take thing. But I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope to see you all here every time. Bring more people if you want. We can all have discussions. But all right, guys. Until next time. God bless.